Welcome to Makeup Mondays. Yes, we back up and running. It's been a minute. I started off this way. If you know me and you have history, you've been tracking with me, you understand. But we're going to create the look that you see in the thumbnail, even this, like I'm showing you again right here. Oh, I just finished this makeup look, step by step, and it turned out really nice. We're talking about the detail of the eyes, we're talking about mascara, we're talking about makeup, period. Right. So we're going to create this look. We're going to chit chat and hopefully relatable. Okay. Those that have been here for a while, thank you. I see you. I love you. Thank you so much. This is a channel based off of beauty and loving yourself the way that God created you as we grow. Okay. It's all about a process of growing. All of us are growing at different levels, but we trust God in it. And those that don't know God get to know Him. All right. Oh, yeah. Did I tell you my name is Ann? Oh my gosh. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. New subscribers or newcomers, and you stumbled upon this video. My name is Ann. I am a daughter of God first and foremost. That I remember. I am going to be a wife. I am a mother. I am a friend, a sister, wife. I did say wife, right? Yes. See, I said it again. It's a confirmation. My name is Ann. I specialize in the beauty aspect of this world. And I did that to create and mask, but now I beautify and educate, right? So here on YouTube, we are here to grow together. I am in my 50s going through some stuff. So I do have a vlog if you guys want to check it out. Every Saturdays, you'll see a post by me. And if anything, every other Saturday. So I'm trying to keep up because I've been on and off about it, but I'm here. And I would love to know your name, sharing with me how we have this dialogue and we're getting to know each other here on these YouTube streets. Okay, so let me know, comment below. Let me know your name too, because when I see comments and stuff, I remember people's names. I'm like, oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? And even if I see you, I'm going to give you a hug and show you some love, right? That's just who I am. All right. So today we're going to be doing some makeup, and later on I will definitely have some segments of like how to do this, how to do that. And if you have any requests, let me know. Everybody does makeup differently. It may not be educated in makeup. Some people, they just might, but we can never stop learning, especially when we're learning from each other, right? So we're going to create, I have no idea what this look is. I'm sure you saw it already in the thumbnail, and you saw it just as I was speaking in this video as I'm editing. But we're going to start with brows. Okay. Let's create. I got to plump my lips first. So I'm going to be using the Sephora lip plumper. If you've seen some of my shorts, you see I love this. I love this so much. And I did get my lips done. So stay tuned to the latest vlog. I think it's going to be next week. So I'm a week or two ahead. I'm not sure, but I have a video up of how I got my lips plumped, the procedure. I'm going to talk more about it in my vlog. So stay tuned for that. Okay. So I'm just going to plump my lip a little bit. I'm going to wipe my face with some Neutrogena. And I'll have a video on my face routine, but my facial routine, but I don't really have one. So as products come in and I try, we'll try together, okay? But I normally don't wash my face every day. I wipe it, or I wash it with black soap, and I use wipes often. Even when I have makeup on, I use a lot of wipes to clean my face because I find that it gets irritated when you use a lot of stuff. And if you're putting makeup on every day, your skin is going to be irritated, and you want to make sure that you're taking good care of it. But the more, especially me being a licensed hairstylist and cosmetologist, beautician, I understand what's in these items that we use. So I'm like, I want to take better care of myself, hence why I lock my hair too. But as we learn, we're using the things until we know better. You know what I'm saying? So using makeup, you want to make sure your canvas is clean and your skin is at its healthiest. I know some people do other things to their face in terms of vitamin C, which is good, but I'm trying to restore mine because I've been wearing makeup so much that not necessarily just clogging my pores, but my face is discolored from everything else, every part of my body, because it's been covered, right? So this summer, I totally let my skin breathe. I just put a little bit of mascara, brows, and lashes, and some lip gloss. And I need my skin to recover. Not sure if you're on that journey, but trust me, it's good to do that. And again, the product you're using, make sure that it's beneficial and it's not harming you and taking away from your naturalness, okay? So I use this wipe. I was going to put some rose water, but I don't need to do that. As I was mentioning, I wash my face, wipe my face, wash my face, sometimes black soap, and I use rose water to spray as a toner and like a finishing mist. And I use castor oil to secure and to tighten and to plump my skin and to restore my skin and to heal my skin, because again, hyaluronic acid, vitamin C, retinol, all of those things that we use, which I was using, which we're going to talk more about in other videos, especially if you have questions, comment below. I needed my skin just to come to its pH and just relax and just be itself. Do you know what I'm saying? And the way we eat, it does affect our skin. So I needed to go back to my natural resources. And still, I love to play as an artist. I love hair. I love creativity. I love makeup and all that stuff, which we're going to be talking about. I need to still educate myself while I'm playing. So we're going to do this together. Okay. So if you have any questions, let me know as you continue to hear me. And the knowledge that I have, I hope it helps you. If you have some for me, let me know, right? But we'll continue this dialogue. We'll continue to help each other out as we're enjoying our lives, but we need to be more educated, okay? So we're gonna do our brows. I'm sipping on, oh, this is the pumpkin, and I gotta stop too. If you're following me on the vlog, please hold me accountable, because I know you're seeing this right now saying, oh, this is the hazelnut creamer, delight creamer with the pumpkin. It's dripping here, got some condensation here. Pumpkin spice Nespresso coffee. It's from Starbucks. It's the last one I'm gonna get. It's the first and last, but that's what I'm drinking right now with some ice. Oh, most of the things you see will be on my LTK. So the glass set and the glass straws, Amazon, but it'll be on my LTK. Did I even post it? I'll do it today. But most of the items I'm using will be on my LTK because it's easier that way, so that you can jump on there and get these products easily. I find it easier to do that because instead of the description box having this, and you click the eyeshadow, that like, you know what I'm saying? Go to my LTK, shop there, and have fun, okay? Makes it easier for me, it makes it easier for you. All right, so let's do the brows. We're gonna work with, I think we're gonna go with a glamour look. That's why I wore this shirt, this nice shredded shirt. Love it. I got this from Pacific Mall, and it just got old, and I just love that tattered, you know, that like it's worked in. And I just put my hair in like a half up, half down. So we're gonna go with something more retro, I guess. I want to pile on eyeshadow. I want to probably do like a blue eyeshadow. I think so. Let's just play. Let's see. I know it's gonna continue. I know you saw the finishing result. I know this. So just continue. So yeah, we're gonna go with the Anastasia brow pomade, dip brow pomade. This one here, and this is in ebony. Okay, hopefully you can see this. Oh, I gotta change the settings. Hold on. Okay, change the settings. So this is what it looks like. I love this setup now. I was thinking about doing it in the bathroom, but I'm glad I'm doing it here. But anyhow, this is the pomade. I use the lid to, when I'm using the brush to do my brows, I use the lid to get a consistent amount of product. So I have this brow brush with the spoolie at the end. I hardly have any hair here, so oh my goodness, like now my face is glistening and I have no moisturizer. That is so good. That means that the castor oil satin is still there. So I'm gonna put some powder on my brows because we don't want it to be shiny throughout the day. Should have did that first, right? Yes. So I'm gonna go in with the Fit Me light medium loose powder. So it looks like. I'm going to use a fluffy brush because we don't want to use that much, right? So I'm just going to use a little bit. I always use the lid to things, and this is my own personal. So when I have my kit, and these are my personal. So when you see me dabbling, being all kind of non-sanitized, it's because it's my products. Okay, so I'm just going to pat this in, and this is a loose, bare, like a hairbrush. It's not synthetic. I rather hair because the bristles are finer. And so when you're executing or even using this brush, you'll see how the product lays down, especially with eyeshadows and stuff like that, and powders. So I prefer to use this instead of synthetic when it comes to landing on hair, blending nicely, bringing it all together. We're gonna keep this brush for later. So we're gonna go in with the eyebrow brush. We're gonna use the spoolie, as I mentioned. I do not have brow hairs. I have this small mirror here, which I cracked off my eyeshadow thing because I'm like, I need a close up. I have a mirror here, and I can see y'all, but I need to be up close while I'm doing this. So hopefully you can see. So, ooh, this might be a long video. Hopefully you're up for it. It's not going to be one of those speedy ones, which you'll see. I'll have some of those speedy makeup videos because I tend to do my makeup before I do my wear your things video, my shorts. So you have an option if you're impatient and you don't want to watch this. And you don't want to chit chat, nor do you want to get to know me in this video. But it's okay. Watch the fast ones. But I'm here for this one, okay? So those that are here, we're going to continue on. So I'm going to use the dip, form it on the brush. As I mentioned, I flatten it like this so that the brush is more pointed and more directed to how I'm going to be putting on, like applying the brows, right? So I like to start in the midsection. I don't like to start at the beginning. It depends if I want the brows to be really stark. So I start in the middle and I go above and beyond my brow shape, so I'm creating, right? I like the high arch because we're going with drama. If it was something soft, I'd follow my natural brows. But as I mentioned, my brows have been microbladed many a times. I think 3 times. Once I got it professionally done, tried to go back, but I was like, let me learn the course, and I did it myself. So I have everything I need to do brows, which is a service. Okay, so if you're considering, and I decided to leave it alone because I need to leave my brows alone. I want that natural look again. The reason why I started doing it is because when I had fibroids and I was low in iron, it affected my hair, and so my brows would not really grow back. Also, I had scar tissue from waxing my brows. So that's another topic right there, okay? I would wax them until they did not grow back. And I was the one that, in high school, my brows were different shapes. And as the artist, I created it myself, so it made sense to me until certain areas I had patches where hair did not grow back. And even waxing my upper lip, I caused issues where it darkened that area. It darkened here, and it sort of looks like, if you come close, it looks like it's all wrinkled. And you know how people have like that wrinkled smoker's lip? And I don't smoke. It's because of how hot the wax was when I did my upper lip continuously. So I don't do that anymore. As for my brows, I might go back and get it. I might get it done because I've seen some professionals that do it like fee brows. I might get them to do it because doing it myself like that, I don't think I can do it myself with that technique. So I definitely need someone to do it. And I don't do things myself because I don't trust people. It's just that I have a certain look and a certain way of doing it. And I'm like, okay, let me do it. And plus, when someone does something to me that I'm not happy with, I find a way to correct it. I want to learn it. If you're not doing it properly and I go somewhere, I'm not saying you're wrong. You do it good, but not for my satisfaction. Let me go learn it myself. So that's just part of my DNA, part of what I do. So the brows are on nicely. We're going to use concealer because we're going in with a look. And every time you use this, close it because it dries up really fast. Okay, so try not, we have a big collage, a big mess of stuff, but organize your stuff. Use it, put it down. If you can use it again, put it down. We are going to use powder after we finish the makeup look, after we spray all that stuff. So I got my brow powders here, got some wax and stuff here too, but I don't need it. So yeah, that's how I had to microblade and microshade my brows because the hair did not grow back in. So I like to create, I'm letting it grow in. I've accepted it. So as for the concealer, I'm gonna go in with, I love LA Girl, and should I? Because I found it to be too light last time. Okay, so we're gonna go in with the Pro Concealer LA Girl. Normally I go in, and you're gonna see it in another video, so stay tuned for Makeup Mondays, with Born This Way, love Born This Way, love Milani, love so many different concealers, Fenty, so many of them. So we're gonna play around, but today we're gonna use this one. So I'm gonna use a little bit and put it at the back of my hand because some of these products, the consistency needs to be warmed up. And when you're playing with makeup, you know which ones need to be warmed up. So hopefully I'm helping you out here, letting you know this. So I'm just gonna use, actually, you know what? Let me use there we go. Yeah, it's kind of watery, so I don't necessarily need to warm it up, but I don't like to directly put makeup on my face anymore. You know how we put here, and then blend it out? The only time I do that is if I want it to be concentrated. I want it to sit there and dry and then blend it out. That's the only way that I'll do it. Otherwise, I put it in the back of my hand. I put it on my palette, especially if I have a client. I have another, seems like I'm talking a lot, but I need to let you know, okay? I have another palette with a spoolie, like not spoolie, to take the product out. I got this. So those are different ways of doing it. So when you're putting on makeup, explore different ways for yourself. That's why I'm showing you, okay? So I'm gonna go in with a synthetic brush. I had one here, more angular. Okay, let's use this. So a synthetic flat brush, and I'm gonna go in the concealer, pat it like this, like in a flat angle, not just take it like this and then I have to, I want it to be on the brush so that when I'm moving the brush, the consistency and the layout and how I'm placing it, how I'm drawing and smoothing it out corresponds with what I'm looking for. So I'm not fighting with the makeup, you know what I'm saying? I'm not fighting with the brush either. So I'm just gonna start at the same area, the midsection. Yes, it is gonna be lighter. It has to be lighter. It has to be, because we're lifting the brow, right? We're arching the brow. We're creating the brow. So we want to make sure that it's lighter than your skin. Maybe 2 shades lighter, if anything, but in the same family. You don't want it to be orangey. You want it to be more, towards your shade, your original shade. So yeah, so I started off in the center and just drew it out. I have enough. You don't even need that much concealer, just a little bit. And you always want to use a little bit and add and add and add. Take your time. Don't rush. Even if you're rushing, skip it then. Try something else. Use an eyeshadow, a lighter eyeshadow, and just pat it there. But take your time. Take small amounts. Build it, build it, build it. Don't spill it, okay? And mash it up. So we're going to start at the middle here. And I know that people want perfect brows, and you can get that precision, especially when you get your brows done, whether they're laminated, tinted, hennaed, microbladed, microshaded, you can get that because it's measured that way, right? But this way, and you're doing it yourself, try not to be hard on yourself. It doesn't have to be perfect. Your brows, again, I'm sure you heard it, they are cousins, not sisters, nor are they twins. So take your time, okay? The point of putting on makeup is enjoying the experience, okay? I know I'm looking at you and then I'm looking at myself to make sure you can see me. So yeah, it's an experience. You want to enjoy it. You want to see your face. You want to see how you can enhance your look and what God has given you. And you want to accept the way that your face is. You don't want to alter in a way where you're trying to hide yourself. I used to do that, so I can't even tell you what to do. So if you're doing that, my apologies. I understand you, okay? I understand. There's a stage of the time in your life when you tend to do things like that. Only you understand the rhyme and reason, and no one else does. But I'll tell you something. I understand. I feel you. I know why. So no judgment here. All right. So brows. Sisters or twins? Doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter. All right. So we're going to blend that out with a brush, or you can, you know what? Let me show you. Use your fingers. You can use your fingers. Make the mess because it's art, okay? And just lightly tap it, blend it out. Instead of just like tapping at one spot, blend it out by tapping, like put your finger on it lightly and swipe. Lightly and swipe. So you're just blending it out. If you want it to be really light there and concentrated, you can do another coat, or you don't have to wipe away so much as you're blending it out, right? So, and especially since you have an idea of what kind of look you're going to be doing, you know how much concealer you need or how your brows are going to be laid out for the look. Sometimes you don't even need to do your brows. You can take like mascara or whatever, a tinted brush, and you're fine, right? We're going to lock this in with some powder. I am going to use the One Size setting powder. Same brush, same fluffy brush. I use a little bit by tapping a little bit on the brush, using the lid and spreading it on the brush so that when I pat it, it's evenly distributed. It's not like all over the place, right? So that locks it in its place, so I don't have nothing to worry about going forward. We're going to go into the eyeshadow next. Okay, so I have MAC in soft ochre. I always say it incorrectly. Pro Longwear Paint Pot. I'm just gonna do that. It's like the lightest one. It is not transparent. It's very opaque because we want the color to our eyeshadow to stand out. So I'm just gonna say this is the paint pot. That's all I'm gonna say because I don't want to say it incorrectly. Okay. Again, all these things are on my LTK. So if you want to pop in there and shop, or even go to MAC on the website, shop there. Okay. So because I'm gonna be using an eyeshadow that is pronounced in terms of a bright color, that's what's in my mind. When I open the palette, I know which one I'm doing. I need something that's going to show that, right? And there's also this one by NYX. And it's a little bit darker than what I just showed you, but it's opaque-ish. So when you put it on, you see this color. It covers discoloration. It colors the dark eyelids. It just gives it a nice smooth canvas so that when you lay another color on, it shows more and is smoother in its look, okay, and its execution, okay, and it's brighter, it's more intense, right? So I'm gonna go in. I'm gonna use the MAC one, okay? You can use your finger. So what I do, especially with this, it comes in handy because I like using this on my clients, right? So I grab just a bit. You don't need so much. You really don't need just a pea size. Even smaller than that. You don't even need, because it spreads, and you got to be quick with it because it dries really, really fast. Okay. So I'm going to use my finger. I'm going to grab half of it. Okay. And you know, when they say use this finger, use that finger, use the finger that you're comfortable with. It just try not to be too heavy handed. Try not to press and wipe like this. You're patting and smoothing it out. Okay. And you're making sure that it's spread out and is evenly on your eyelid. Okay. So tap, right? You see how intense it is? Now I gotta spread it out. Now I'm not gonna rush because I know it's gonna dry fast and I've used this product before, but I'm teaching you that when you're wiping it, you'll feel it starting to get a little bit tacky. Try not to be scared and rush, and just, take your time and get to familiarize yourself with the product and how you're laying it out and the placement of it. And you'll find that you're not rushing and you're making very little errors. Now you will make some errors because you're learning, and that's all a part of it. And you got to learn how to laugh at yourself too, okay? But you'd be surprised, even in your mistakes, you're still creating something. It doesn't have to turn out the way you want it to. It will turn out very nice. There's hardly any errors when it comes to makeup. But learn from it and enjoy it, okay? See how it looks? It's not even dry yet. So you have some wiggle room, right? So I'm just going to use the rest of that and finish this eyelid. God is good. He's so good. Got that on. I'm going to let it dry a little bit. We can put a little bit of eyeshadow, but because I want the color to be intense, we want the color to be very intense, we're going to lock the color on top of this eyeshadow primer and get results, okay? So in terms of eyeshadow, I think, what color do we want to do? This is what I usually do. Should we do green? I'm thinking like blue. Blue, I love blue. I think we should do blue. Now, eyeshadow palettes that you have, use what you have, because I know that there's been a period of time where people just buying rampant things that just came out, the latest, all this stuff. We spent some serious money. And ain't nothing wrong, but learn from that, right? Use what you have. Especially colors that complement you, okay? That was a whole lesson in buying. You find what's good for you. You don't just have to buy things because it's the latest, right? All right, so I'm gonna go into, because I have a lot of palettes, because I do makeup, right? So I gotta make sure I have these palettes for every single walk of life. Should I do yellow? No, let's do blue. Okay, so I have the Makeup Forever Professional Eyeshadow Palette, and I love the vibrancy of these colors. Like, look, even you know what? Maybe I should do purple. Oh my gosh, should I do purple? Because if I do blue, I should do purple and orange, eh? Should I do green? Purple is screaming out to me. Let's do purple. Let's do purple. Pack on the purple with so we're going to use a synthetic, it's sort of like a flat, dense brush. That way it's going to pick up the product and lay it where we put it. Okay, that's what we want. We want it to lay. Okay, we're going to press it in, take the brush and press it, like wiggle that brush in where the product is like on one side. Okay, the other side of the brush is what I'm going to use to blend it out, like a different shade to blend it out. Most likely it's going to be orange. All right, let's lock this in. Let's start at the middle part, the center. Let's make sure that it's not creased. So we blend that out, make sure that it's not creased. We'll deal with that one when we go over there, okay? And so we start at the center and we press it in, okay? Oh God, look at that. Yo, listen, colors make me happy. I don't know about you. It makes me so happy. So we're gonna pat it in, okay? We're not wiping, blending, we're patting it because we want all of it, okay? And this is another reason why I don't do my foundation, concealer, all that stuff when I'm using a lot of eyeshadow. It's gonna fall. It's gonna fall, and we want to make sure that we have the eyeshadow look and we're certain with it, and then we, you know. But by pressing it, you don't have that much fallout. Like I can see that I hardly have any fallout right now. But I'm not taking that step to foundation, concealer, contour, spray, and then eyeshadow. I'm not doing that. I'd rather this, so if I have to wipe away anything, it's bare minimum and I can continue on and not lose any time, right? So I'm just gonna press it in. I'm gonna go, because I have hooded eyes, right? I'm not sure if you do, but hopefully this helps. You can see the color a little bit above the hood, right? I'm gonna place it way above the hood, soften it out, because the product is right here and I'm building it. But then as I come out, I'm softly patting a shape so that I can blend it easier, because there's not that much product on the outer parts of this eyeshadow. Sometimes you could choose a color, it can be really blotchy. See? I'm leaving room for the inner eye area because I want to put a lighter color there. And out here, I'm going to use the outer parts of my eyelid. I'm going to use a darker and sort of lift it, okay? So I am going to use the purple and lift a little bit because my eyes are shaped like this, but I want to bring the makeup look up, right? So you see how soft that looks? I don't need too much. I'm just creating, you heard the motorcycle, right? Everybody's having their last bits of fun. I'm doing a little bit so that it's easier for me to blend another shadow. And I can also get a wipe and sort of wipe it up, which I'm going to do, but just to create a shape because I'm creating, right? I want to see what I'm doing. Now, the same purple, same brush. I don't do one eye and do the other. I do this with purple, that with purple, this with orange, this with orange, this with gold, this with gold. That's what I do. And it also saves brush use, you know what I'm saying? Like you don't have to use so much brushes. So I'm just gonna clear this area. I have the brush in my hand and there's purple blowing everywhere. Normally you wouldn't do that, but because I have a steady hand and I'm showing you that example right now, let me not do that. I see the purple powder like this and I'm like, yeah, that's gonna land somewhere if I don't clear this up. All right, and separate the two. So now I locked a whole bunch of purple on the brush. Hopefully you did the same with the color that you have. And you're gonna pat it, wiggle lightly. You don't wanna your eyeball, right? You don't wanna damage your eye. The brushes are to give you that soft, blended, pressed, placed look, create with the brush you're painting the canvas, right? So you wanna be mindful of being light with that, not heavy-handed. And if you're using your hands, trust me, I used to take my finger like this and which we're gonna do. I still do it. I just wanna teach you this way, right? You can use your fingers to create the look as well. So now I'm just focusing right on the lash line and softly blending whatever's left on the brush outward, creating not even like a crease. I don't want to cut crease, but I'm going above my hooded area. Hooded eyes, we play with a lot of eyeshadows and that's what I have, so I understand. But when I'm playing with clients, they have different eye shapes as well, and there's many different eyeshadow looks that will complement their eyes. So I'm working with my hooded, and hopefully you're working with yours, and you're placing it, not touching your brow. Sometimes it does look good touching your brow, so go with it with your bad self. If it works for you, then do that. You know what I'm saying? But right now we're just focusing on right by the lash line itself and washing it up with the intensity, okay? We're keeping in mind we need room to, yeah, that's good. Keep in mind we're leaving room to add a color towards the inner eye area and the outer eye area. We're using a little bit of the same color, creating somewhat not a wing, but a shape going upwards from the end of your lash line with the same shade, because it makes it easier to blend another color in. See that? Okay. Okay, good. Because my eyelids are hooded in this area here and here, like just hooded, I'm creating. So with yours, pat it to make it complement your eyes. And remember, when you're putting on your makeup, look at yourself. Look at yourself to see how beautiful you are in that mirror, and enhance it with what we're doing and what you're learning from me. Just putting on your makeup, you're enhancing who you are. Okay, if you're creating, there's a time for that too. There's a time for that too, where we're playing with color. All right, so on the opposite side of the same brush that we use with the intense color, we're going to flip that brush and we're going to go into the other color. Now I'm going to go into the dark blue. Okay, I don't know if you have this palette, but pick a darker shade in your palette. This one is not even, because most of my colors are buttery. This does not seem buttery at all. I might have to go into a different palette. I don't even really see that, but let's see how it goes. And you target it. Yeah, I can't even see it. I might have to go into another palette. I don't even see that. I'm going to go into another palette and find a darker blue. And we're going to work on the outer ends and focus on the outer. Oh, there's a purple here and it's more dark and shimmery. I'm going to go with this one right here. So this is the palette by Juvia's Place. This is called the Masquerade Mini. Okay, they got some intense buttery shades. Love it. And I love Morphe too. Still love a Morphe. Still do. I'm going to put this off to the side because we're going to use a little bit of that for the bottom lash line. So remember, when you're using eyeshadows, keep what you have around because you're going to always touch up, okay? But try not to go ham with it and put a whole bunch on and have it all over. Lightly apply, then build, then add, okay? So the same brush, opposite side, I'm going to go into, should I go the darker purple? That is so nice. I think so. I'm going to mix these two. So this is what I'm doing. I'm not sure if you have this palette, but I'm going to do these two together and focus on the outer parts of my eyelid. I'm gonna have to use a little bit. Yep, I can feel fallout already. And I'm just gonna pat it in and creating like a crease, because I don't really have one because my eyes are hooded. And I'm just gonna pat it and place it. Yeah, just like that. I like how sharp it is. I'm gonna clean that later because I did say I'm gonna go in with the orange, right? So on both eyes, again, I'm using that same brush, right? And focusing on the outer area of, and again, you could always clean it up with a wipe, but I like to target the shape that I'm going for because it helps me with execution and getting that look. Okay, do you see that? Right, that looks so nice. So we're patting it on the outer part of your eyelid, going into the crease area and sort of going up, creating shape, right? Okay, we're gonna blend that out. That looks good so far, right? Okay, so we're gonna go in, I said with the orange, right? Yeah, because if I did light pink here, it's going to look really clowny, and I'm not trying to do that. I want it to be more avant-garde, smoky, intense, flirty, an evening look, focusing on the eyes, not necessarily lip, eyes, cheeks, and all that stuff, just focusing on the eyes, eyelashes, the brows are done, the lips are going to be soft, and a soft contour. That's what I'm going for. So the eyes are the focal point, right? But we want it to be soft. We want it to blend in. We don't want it to look like we just drew it on. We want it to blend in nicely. We want it to complement our look, right? So I am going to go in, I normally go in with like a darker brown, which would be more your color tone. Like for you, if you're a dark chocolatey brown, you go with something 2 shades darker to create the like a contour within the brow. Like you're going in and shaping, creating not to add to the color, but to add to your eyebrows, to add to your look, to add to your structure, right? You could do that, or you could. I don't want to do the orange. I was going to do that. Oh, yeah, I'm going to use this one right here. Or no, actually, or you could take one color and just sort of wash it out, like just blend it with what you have and just wash it out. Don't let it hit the brow, just have it hit a little bit below what you did with the concealer. Just blend it out. You can do that. You can try that. And let me know how it works out for you. Because remember, you're not mimicking everything I'm doing. I'm just teaching you how to do some stuff and incorporate it with your look, because you're looking at yourself. You know, you're finding out your beauty, you engaged in who you and accepted in who you are, right? So you're engaging the makeup with your look. You know, you're putting the two together. They're engaged. You're getting married. You know what I'm saying? You're finding something that works for you, right? So as you look in the mirror, you're enhancing who you already are. And I'm just helping you with colors and application. That's it. Okay, so your look's not going to look exact like mine. But if you look similar to me, I understand. But you got to find what's for you during this video, okay? So I have this Morphe palette. I had this for many years. This is the 25A palette. It has a lot of neutrals, a lot of mattes, a couple shimmers and satins. But I'm going to go into this one. This is, as you can see, it's like pan, right? And it's darker than me, right? So I'm going to create somewhat of a crease, but blending this color with this. So it looks seamless. Now, their colors are very buttery, so when you're going in, make sure you're knocking the excess off because you don't want too much. We're softening this area. We're not building like we did with the intense color, right? Hopefully I'm not talking too fast. Let me know if I am, okay? I'll slow it down if I can. So you notice how I'm going in. See how it slowly sort of disappeared a bit? You're right within that area. I am going to create. So my idea is creating somewhat of a shape here. Okay, that's my idea, but I am going to go in with the orange. So I'm blending these colors with that color a little. I don't want too much of this color with this one. So you notice it's just, you see it a little bit. But I started off in the middle there where the two colors meet. I'm blending it, swiping it. Don't copy me with the swiping going like this. I'm doing that because I'm moving it. I'm trying to teach you to move it around, to blend it together until you see it, because remember, I'm not there with you, right? I'm just trying to show you a little bit of how these techniques can work. This, I don't know if you could do it with your finger. I tried it in the past. I was not successful, so I stopped. So I'm going to go in with a lighter color, this one right here. See, there's purple on the brush, but I just want a little bit of this. And I'm going to go on top, just right here, towards the inner eye, because this part is very flat on my eyelids, so I got to create depth. So that's why I'm doing that, right? If you have hooded eyes, this will help you. Blending it out with 2 shades darker to create a crease within that area, or to blend it out will be good for you, okay? Either or. So creating a crease and blending it out. If you're blending it out, use a little bit, blend it out. Don't make that color dominant. But if you're doing it for a crease, use a darker one, blend it, and use a lighter one on top and sort of create the crease, okay? So there's 2 things. If you want an in-depth video on that, let me know. I'll find the time to do it, okay? Now we're gonna go in with the same brush because it has the variations of color. Not so much purple. If it has a lot of the purple or the intense color you have, get a fresh brush because you don't want that mixed all over, okay? We're gonna go on with the orange. I've not done this before. But I'd rather create here with you, okay? So I'm using this brush. I'm going to tap the tip. I'm not going to go this way. I'm going to tap the tip because the tip is what's going to move around, right? And excess, okay? And hey, I haven't done this, but I'm doing this with you, y'all. Yes. 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 You seeing this? You seeing this? Okay. See, that's what I love about art. This is what I love about art. Lightly. You've been talking so fast. See, I'm considering that you're here, you know, I'm not here by myself. Lightly, same pattern as where you created the crease. Slowly build the orange. Don't, you know, go ham. Try not to go ham. You're blending it so you can try to get rid of that line that the purple or the intense color made. I like this, and I'm glad I'm doing this with you. Oh my gosh! Yo, I should do this a long time ago. Oh, this is refreshing. Look how this looks. This looks so nice. And remember, everyone has their own way of putting on makeup. Some people like the intense look. Some people like the structured look. Some people like the soft look, the natural look. Everyone has a different look, and I'm going to show you variations of that here because that's what I do. That's how I live my life. But normally I'm the lash, brow, and lip gloss, okay, and concealer. But here, we're going to play, and we're going to play around with different things. I do these kind of looks for my clients, hence why I love doing what I do. So we're going to do that here. I had to pat it here because I noticed I've already blended it out and I didn't want to disturb the purple. So I'm patting it first. Here I'm going to blend because I see it needs it, especially where the purple is. So when you're doing makeup and you're laying it down, you'll know what needs blended or placing. Placing is patting, right? Blended is swiping and moving the brush around. It doesn't have to be like this. It doesn't have to be like this. It's like, okay, how can I move that around? It's going to naturally come to you when you put it to your mind that I want to move this around. I want to blend this. Your hand will move with confidence. It stops us because we're like, it has to be done the way that they did it. It has to be done the way that Anne did it. I'm teaching you that you naturally have it in you. You may not be an artist, but you naturally have it in you. As soon as you think that you're going to do it and you can do it, your hand will flow to that. If you're thinking, I need to blend this, your mind is saying, okay, we got to blend this. Your hand will move to start blending it. And yes, you get some ideas from people that are teaching you how to blend it, how to do makeup, how to apply it, how to land it. But you got this. You got this. That's why I'm here. I'm just trying to encourage you. You don't always need people to do it. You can teach yourself. Yes, people will do it better than you. Okay, that's fine. But you can learn just like you learned everything else, right? You can learn. That's why you're here. Let me see if my mic is on. I have a feeling that my mic is. I'm just sitting there talking like, yo, let me make sure they can hear me. Yes, mic is on. Praise God. Praise the Lord. So look at that. It's soft, it's nice, it's subtle, but when everything comes together, lashes stuff, you'll see. It doesn't look so, you know what I'm saying? But it's there. The orange is there. It looks really nice. It's purple, orange. It looks good. These are complementary colors. If I can show you the wheel, these are complementary colors and it works. I like this. I'm glad we're doing this together. I'm glad, yo. Because even if I make a mistake, we did that together too. We did that together too. All right. We're going to go with a lighter shade. Should I do yellow? Yeah. You know what? Remember, you can find each color in different palettes. It doesn't have to be in one palette. If you only have one palette, use it during this video because then it will help you. So if you're to use this palette with it and you wanted an intense color, your intense color could be one of these right here. Okay, could be, or even here, right? But this is more of a neutral pad. So this could be an intense color too. A lot of people do that. This is a smoky effect. You use the black, you smudge it within that area. You use a lighter color or whatever towards the crease here, and then you use one of these within here. Play around with it. You use one of these ones on the outskirts where I put the orange. Play around with it if it's just one palette, you know what I'm saying? But if you have a slew of palettes, always remember some of the shades that you have, because then you go, oh yeah, that would be perfect for this. Oh yeah, that would be perfect for that. You know what I'm saying? So work with what you have. That's my point, okay? This, oh my gosh, this palette, this is a No Mad by Juvia's Place. This one right here. I use this so often. I'm surprised it's not even pan. These colors are so beautiful. Oh my goodness. This yellow here, I love it. I might even do it, but it might take over the purple. I'm thinking I should, but I am going to go into that. First, I'm going to use this one right here. I'm going to go into that, and then I'm going to use this one, this satin here towards the inner eye. So that's what we're going to do. This will be last after we put on the makeup. Okay, I know it's a long video, but I got time. I don't know if you have time, but thank you so much for your time. I'm going to go in with a clean brush. I want it to be flat because we're pressing it in, right? So this is a Real Techniques brush. I love Real Techniques, period. Hold on a second. Something's in my eye. Okay. Don't worry about the follow. Remember, focus on one thing at a time. We're doing the eyeshadow, and then when we're going on to the next, we're going to wipe away and go on to the next. Don't worry about the mess you're making, all stuff. That's part of artistry, okay? Now, the Real Technique brushes, I love them. I highly recommend you can go on the website. They also have it on Amazon, okay? If you need it, go to my LTK and you'll find it there as well, okay? So I'll put the code here again just for a reminder, okay? It's not even about me cashing in. It's just a reminder, okay? Anyhow, next. So I'm going to go in with this. So find a lighter shade that you're going to use for the inner part. love their colors. They're like buttery as well too, and intense. So I'm just going to use this, and thank God we have the eyeshadow primer, because this is going to lock it in. Every single bright color that we use, it's going to lock in, it's going to stay. So I'm just going to press it in this area right here. Even if I make a mess, I can clean it up with the concealer. So I'm using this as a base first because this will help the yellow to pop as well. So it's light, right? I wouldn't go with this color alone. It just washes everything out. So I'm going to do both eyes. Remember, one brush. I don't need so much. You can use your finger if you want to. This is the perfect time to use your finger, but I need it to blend. So I'm using the brush. Now I'm going to go in to the yellow, same brush. And this one is so intense. Can you see that? Ooh. And then I'm going to pat it in. Oh, yes. And I'm going to blend it in with the purpley hues. I could use a pink here, but I'm not going to do that. It'd be just too much. Too much. So we're doing the yellow. We're patting it in. Remember, the eyeshadow, it can be perfect when you do it one time before you put on your foundation and stuff, but you will be touching it up after you put in your foundation. You might want to correct a little thing here and there, change it a little bit, add another color, add more intense color. Like you'll see. So try not to look at it as a step 1, 2, 3, 4, and it didn't work out. Play around with it. Okay, so we are done with the yellow for now. I love the intensity. Oh, this may not be for you. You can skip and watch another video, but this is the look for today. Okay, and as it comes together, you'll see where it goes. If you don't give it faith, watch until the end of the video, see if you like it, and make your choice, right? But playing with makeup means playing with different ways of putting on makeup, okay? But if not, check out some of my other videos. You'll see that there's other ways of putting on makeup. Soft, natural glam, buttery, dewy, matte, all that stuff. We're definitely gonna play on this channel. Definitely gonna play. And I'll give you some tips too, of things I like and things I don't like, and the reasons why, because everyone's different. I worked with a slew of people in terms of makeup, so just based off of my expertise. I'm not a pro, but I am a pro expert with knowledge, and I'm still learning, okay? So welcome, stay a while. If not, see you in the next video, right? All right, so we're gonna continue on. I'm thinking I should do liquid liner now, but it can wait, because we're gonna do that just before we put on lashes. I'm gonna grab half of a wipe. I use Neutrogena, I like the moisture in it. Or I use my water, Marcel water. It's a cotton pad, a lint-free cotton pad, just to wipe my full face off. But when it comes to the makeup, I like to use the wipes because it keeps your skin moisturized without you having to put on a whole bunch of moisturizer and all that stuff again, okay? So I just ripped a small piece. I'm gonna wrap it on my finger like this, and I'm gonna go underneath the eye to remove the fallout and create a nice straight, not even straight, but just a line that I want to create the look and just give it that lift. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, so I'm gonna go get the door. I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm going to be putting on my concealer, my preferred concealer and foundation. So I'm sure you have yours. We'll talk a little bit more about what sort of foundations are good for you in the seasons that you're in and your age, right? And the skin type that you have. But I'm going to speed through this process because I'm sure you don't want to go through it, but we'll have a more in-depth video of foundations, what they do, brand and all that stuff. That'll be later on, okay? So I'm going to speed through this and we're going to jump onto the bottom part of our lash line, lashes, and lipstick. Okay, so we'll speed through this. I'll see you in a second. As you can see, I used a concealer to somewhat color correct under the eye, on the sides of my nose, because I want to elongate my nose, sort of blend the sides in, and a little bit around my mouth because I have not hyperpigmentation, but it's darker around my mouth. I think I explained to you why a little bit. What I did was I locked it in with, I think you already seen, right? So we locked in this area too. Now I'm gonna let it sit a little bit. I'm not necessarily baking, but I'm gonna go all over with my Sephora. I'm gonna put this all over my face to lock everything in. So this is by Sephora. I know you guys are familiar with this. If you're not, please tap in, okay? This is a micro smooth pressed powder by Sephora. If you have access to it, try this, okay? If you have a kit, put this in your kit, especially for all, not even just this tone, all the shades. This is amazing. It's really micro fine and it gives it a nice blurring effect, but a more natural effect once it's set in with the spray. So I'm gonna use this brush, this all over dense, fluffy brush, and I'm not knocking anything off. I want it all. I'm gonna lock it in and just go on top of everything that I just did, just to even it all out. Then I'm gonna go in with contour powder for the outer parts and my nose, forehead, and all that stuff, okay? And if you don't have this, grab a translucent setting powder just to lock all this in. If you did contour before you put powder on, that's fine. I contour because I have strong features. I contour after and I use it with powder because I don't want it to be so pronounced. I still want some softness to my face, right? So I'm gonna be contouring with Fenty Coco Naughty. I'm gonna focus on the outer parts and my nose. So for my nose, I'm gonna use a smaller brush, small fluffy brush. This is from Morphe. I'm gonna focus on my nose first. So I do have a longer nose, which I'm thankful for. I'm just gonna blur out the tip a little bit and just narrow it on the sides, connecting it with the top of my brow. Just to narrow it. I don't want too much, as you can see. Slight, I do have a straight nose. I just want it to be more straight in the sense of blending it in with the makeup I'm using, because remember, makeup creates and you're creating certain things. Certain things get blurred out, right, when you're doing this. I'm gonna use another fluffy brush, but a little bit bigger. I'm gonna focus on my cheekbones, just on the bottom parts of my cheekbones. I'm not going all the way to the apple of my cheek, just on the outskirts, because I'm contouring on the outer parts of my face. Now, I might have to go in with a darker one because I'm noticing that this is just doing a little bit. And especially when you're using makeup, concealer, and all that stuff, and you're creating it, everything's washed out. You want to intensify it a little bit, not so much, not so much. So I might have to go in. Okay, so as I'm using this, I'm realizing, because this is what happens when you use makeup, you're like, maybe I should use this, maybe I should use that. It'll come to mind, right? So after I do this, I'm gonna go in with my Kiss bronzer, just to go on top of this, just to soften it out, give it a sun-kissed look, and have the contour blend in with what I'm doing. Okay, so I'm not gonna go underneath the chin here. I will use the bronzer for that. Now, this has gone underrated, and I'm just gonna hype it up a little bit. If you go to your local hair store, you can find this Kiss product. Their colors are intense, okay? Don't let the brand fool you. Manufacturers we know the story to that. We can get a little bit into that later, but this is underrated. This works really nicely. It works well. I love it. I recommend it, okay? I do like the Infallible pressed powder too. As you can see, it's somewhat similar, but this one's more darker, more intense, and the sun did kiss me somewhat, so I'm gonna go with this one. But this is beautiful to use too, and MAC pressed powders, beautiful. I'm gonna go with a fluffy brush, Real Techniques. I'm sure you guys heard of this. I'm always saying this because you guys play with brushes, but if you haven't, my apologies. Jump on Real Techniques, okay? Jump on some of these products I'm mentioning. And what I'm saying is true to my word. These products that I'm using, they do work. And if they didn't, I would tell you too. So as we try products in the future, I'll let you know, okay? So we're gonna tap this in. You want a generous amount. Even though it is intense, this is where I go ham. So same placement on top of the contour that I did on the cheek, just going up towards above my ear, not towards my ear, upwards, right? Because we're lifting, right? We're contouring, we're creating a shape. Towards my temple, not so much. And because I have a smaller forehead, I'm just focusing on the top, right by my hairline, just blending everything in together. I'm enhancing my look. I'm not creating, but I'm creating because I covered up my face and I'm bringing stuff forth by using these products, okay? The eyes are the intense focal point. This is what we're doing in this video. Another one, it'll be different. So again, bottom of the cheekbone, going on top of the contour that we just did, landing above the ear, going up, not like a straight line, blending it out, a little bit on the temple so it's blending in, right? And right along the hairline. Now, if you have a larger forehead, which God blessed you with, there's nothing wrong with that. use more of the contour or even the bronzer to silhouette your forehead, but bringing it in, blending it in, allowing the part between your eyebrows to be light and intense, but just sort of shaded out. Do you know what I'm saying? Everything's blending in. It's not did. We want to blend it out, hence why we're using brushes, right? So there's that. Got all that done. Get a setting spray. This is my favorite right now. This is e.l.f. This mimics the Urban Decay All Nighter, but they're two different products. I'm just saying, this is more affordable. This is the Stay All Night Microfine Setting Mist by e.l.f. You do have to mix it like this. See if you can grab a fan. If you don't have a fan, grab something too. You know what I'm saying? Because once you do that and it dries and it melts everything in, you get a different look. It just makes everything look more realistic and more like skin-like, okay? You can use a little bit or a lot, but you'll know what you need. Try not to breathe so much in, okay? Because we know this is somewhat like hairspray. It's almost the same formula, but try not to breathe it in, okay? Try not to breathe it in. Grab your fan. If you have any bubbles from the spray or whatever spray you're using, grab your sponge and just pat it within that area just to diminish the bubble and to spread the product with the sponge, okay? And make sure there's nothing really on the sponge because you don't want that to transfer. We're gonna focus on the lower lash line and the lips. I'm not sure if I'm gonna put any blush on because the eyes are enough. While you're playing with makeup, what I can suggest is when you have an evening on your own, or you know those nights where you read a book or you watch a movie, you play with makeup to see what looks good on you. I highly recommend that because then when you play with it and you let the makeup sit on for about 4 hours or so, you'll see how it looks, how it blends, if it agrees with your skin, if it's separating, or if, you'll see as it oxidizes if it's for you or not. So I tend to do that. I've been doing that for years, even before I had my children. I've been playing with hair, playing with makeup and stuff and seeing if I like it, because when I like something, I always talk about it and I do it again. So you need to know this for yourself. This is something that you should practice on your own so that you know. Because we're all different, right? So it's always good to have a beverage of choice or music, ambiance, you're calm, you're relaxed. You're trying your things, you got a new product, you're excited, you're looking up a YouTube channel when one of your favorite influencers speak about a product, or you have a desired look that they're showing you, and you sit down and you try it yourself with what you have and you execute it with how you look and what you're working with, because you're an original, and you see if it works for you. In your mind, you're like, yeah, I like this, or I don't like that. So you're critiquing for yourself and you're realizing what works and what doesn't, and you can return some things and then exchange or whatever the case may be, but you're still going through the process of finding yourself in your alone time. I highly recommend you do that. I really highly, even if you're using one product, lipstick, put it on, walk around the house, do laundry, then look at it a couple hours after. You know what I'm saying? Try an eyeshadow, try this, try that, then come back and look at it. But I recommend, instead of doing it, once you're doing this, you have a pattern doing it, you'll be able to incorporate it with all the other stuff that you're doing. But I recommend doing it on its own. Get your drink and beverage, get your music, make sure the kids are not around, hubby's gone out with the boys or the fellas. You're just relaxing and you're trying it, and you're trying a look and you're trying it. And you're not beating up on yourself, and you're seeing how it looks, and you're okay and you're not okay, you're picking and and you're like, okay, I can do this, let me try this again. I highly recommend that you do that. Highly recommend that. All right, so bottom lash line. We need those times for ourselves. Bottom lash line. So we're gonna go back in with the Professional Makeup Forever palette. Well, the color that you used for the wash of color, okay? In terms of the intense color. You wanna go back in, okay? I use this and I blend it, like I wash it on the bottom lash line, and then I use a lighter color and I blend it on the outskirts. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use the purple and then I'm gonna use the orange, okay? So I'm gonna speed through this, but use the colors that you're using, be patient, slightly, even if it's not a brush like this, a flat, dense brush, use a fluffy brush, but you want something small because it's targeting in that area. It's not spreading and going all over, it's just targeting in that area, and you're just slowly sweeping it there, okay? If you don't wanna use this, that's fine. You can use a nude, a dark nude, in terms of a darker color than your complexion, and swipe it there and use eyeliner. You can definitely do that. Depends if your eyes are small or, you know, large. Black will close it in, like have your eyes close in a little bit and give the eyelashes a deeper effect. Many different ways you're gonna do it, but I'm gonna put this color on, and while I'm doing this, you do that and I'll get back to you, okay? Okay, see how that looks? It looks nice. It's just bringing my eyes together. Now, I keep forgetting the name. Yeah, some people don't like eyeliner inside their eyes, but I'll be putting it with the look. Okay, so now I'm gonna be adding liquid liner to my upper lash line. And I'm gonna be using the NYX Epic waterproof liquid liner. Okay, so I like this. I like the brush effect. Some people like the sponge. Some people, actually, to be honest, you can even use eyeshadow. You can use black eyeshadow with an angled brush, like this, right? And you can pat it. You can pat it on like this. We're gonna do this in a future video, but in this one, I'm gonna be putting this on very quickly, and then we'll do the lashes together. Okay, so this is what I'm talking about. I need to intense the purple. It faded a bit, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna spray some of the setting spray on my brush with the eyeshadow, okay? So the same brush I used to add the purple, right? I'm gonna smudge the purple on. I had a feeling that was gonna happen, but the eyeshadow primer usually locks it in, but some eyeshadows it does this. That's why I say, do it at home and see how it looks, see what you need to touch up, see if it works before you use it. Because you don't wanna be looking in the mirror when you're out, okay? So I'm gonna press the purple in, I'm gonna use setting spray on it and lock it in. My brush is still wet, so that's why I'm just packing it in. Let's go back in with the shimmery purple because that has faded. That's why you have to have a beautiful mess, okay? It's gonna happen. Same brush, other side. Going in with that purple, just to tap it in. And this one has shimmer and some sort of spackle to it, so, and I have to fade it a little bit because, there we go. And fading, what I mean by that is that I'm patting it and creating a line, but softening it out because hardly any product on it, so when I'm patting it and going towards my brow, arch, there's hardly any product on the brush, but it's softening the effect opposed to me blending it out again. So I'm just gonna pat it lightly so I don't have to go back into the orange. Gonna go in with that blue. Oh, we gotta make sure too, because we don't want the fallout, right? So just there, just intensify it. Like I said, you're gonna find it where you're gonna touch up as you go along, and there's nothing wrong with that. Try not to frustrate yourself. Try not to be hard on yourself. You're still learning, as I am too. I haven't used this product in a minute. All right, but I'm not gonna blame the product. I'm just gonna say it is what it is. How can I, work it and make it work for me? And you know what I'm saying? That's how I am with products. I try. And if it doesn't, I'm like, okay, off the shelf. Because there's always a way that this product that I'm using would be beneficial for a client or for someone that I'm working on, right? The canvas. So I don't give up on products like that. I don't. But I always try to find a way to fix it. Because trust me, there's been times where weddings and stuff where I'm like, come here, come here. Like, what, Ann? Come here, let me fix this, But I try not to make my face and shock them because, they're already stressed already, right? So I'm just like, let me come here for a second. Okay, so I'm just gonna blend this out a little. Just a little, same brush that I used for the orange. Just tap it a bit. And I think I have some fallout. I do. I see the fallout. I may use, it happens all the time, so why am I making this face, right? Not even because it's a video, it's happened with clients. Fallout, what I do is I get a fluffy brush like this, and I lightly, and I make sure I try to get it with the first swipe, because once you, it just goes right into the concealer, you know? There we go. Okay. I'm gonna go over it with, no, let me go over that with the Fit Me Loose Light Medium Powder. Let me just do a little bit of that, and we'll continue. And all the brushes that I use for the set areas, I have them all lined up here beside me, so I know what to pick up, what to pick up, what to pick up. And maybe I have that because, and I know I have that because of me doing makeup for how many years, and you know, making sure that if I'm working on the bride, working on bridesmaid, all stuff, I have brushes in which I used on them beside me. But for yourself, like, you should do the same too, because then you're not like fumbling all over the place and how come this isn't working? How come that isn't working? You know what I'm saying? Make it easier on yourself, and things are organized. So when you're tidying up, everything's fine. And when you're touching up, it's like right there, okay? Now I am right here. I think I might go with a little bit more orange. So I'm gonna use that same brush and sort of narrow it with my finger like that. You see how I spread the brush a bit? So I'm gonna spread the brush and just go up a bit, because I need it to go up a bit more. So like final touches that you'll notice that you'll need to do. All right. Normally I put on mascara just before, but what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna add the yellow. I got the brush with the yellow, okay? Go back in, get rid of the excess, and go a little bit over the purple, just a little, not so much, just a little. Okay. And because I did this, I'm going to use gold. After I do the liquid liner and the lashes, then I'll add the gold. Because remember, I did say I was going to use the yellow and the gold shimmer. That's for the final touches. So I'm going to put on the liquid liner. Finish my liquid liner, and we're going to put on the lashes together, because I have a slew of lashes, and there's many different lashes you can put on. And I know sometimes when people are like, I have my favorite, but I picked these ones. These are the ones I believe is going to look good because of the eyeshadow look. We want it to peekaboo. We don't want it, the lashes to mask it. We don't want itty bitty lashes. And even if you wear your own lashes or wear mascara, you got to build up on it, because this is an intense eyeshadow look, right? So we're going to go through some of the lashes I have here, talk about your favorites, talk about, you know, when you go to your makeup artist and expect them to put in the lashes that you prefer because you like how the lashes look, but how lashes correspond and look good with the said look, and how you pick the look and the desired look, how it all comes together with the whole entire look. Let's talk about eyelashes. I have chosen this one. This is a 3D, I Envy 3D collection. It's mink. Love these. This is the box that it comes in. I accidentally tore it as I got it. But these lashes, love them. I love the dimension and the fluffiness of these lashes and how they feel, actually. Because I'm a lashes girl. I've been using lashes for years. I've been doing my brows for years. I've been wearing makeup for years. You know what I'm saying? But when you find something that works for you, you're like, yes. So with this eyeshadow look, because it's really intense and it's sort of, you know, like it has a shape and it's giving that avant-garde cat sexy vibe, evening vibe, you know, like colorful, playful vibe. But with this eyeshadow look, I recommend these ones. Now, when you're picking lashes, sometimes people want to go the extreme, you know, which is fine. Everyone's different. Everyone has a different personality, different look, different, you know what I'm saying? They want to enhance. And the focal point is, you know what I'm saying? And there's nothing wrong with that, because remember, this is a creative space and we're creating, right? And we want to be confident in with our creation. We are the creation with the accents and the enhancements of what we're creating, right? So some don't even like to wear lashes. They'll just amp up on the mascara. They'll just use a primer and double the mascara application, which is fine. You know, to each his own. So I like to correspond the look and harmonize the look with everything: hair, makeup, outfit, purse, shoes, skin tone, hair color, everything. I like to do that. And so I'm wearing black. I have black hair, which I colored my locks, right? Black, which I wear all the time. I accessorize with my nails and my makeup. So whether it be my lips or my eyes or my eyeshadow, my brows, right? So for you, as you're streaming along and, you know, here with me and we're learning together, hopefully you're grabbing something from this. Take the ones and twos from what I'm showing you. You don't have to mimic everything that I'm doing. Do you know what I'm saying? Take the ones and twos that you can add to your routine when you're putting on your makeup and when you're, you know, creating your character, right? So I have a slew of lashes. I have like Ardell Wispies. I have my own brand of lashes, which will be going back up on the website. It's going to be there this time, okay? And even some long ones. These ones I love. These ones are amazing. I love this, but this is for a specific look. So I've decided to go with the ones that I just showed you. Oh yeah, these ones are nice too. I'm like, I haven't even worn these yet. Look at me getting all lash happy. We got to continue with this look, right? We don't want to drag the time, but hopefully you're enjoying your time here. These ones are so nice. Look at that. Oh, I'm trying to find a look for that. Maybe in the next makeup video, I'm not sure, but we're focusing on eyeshadow and the intensity of, this is so nice too. This one is so nice too. Oh my gosh, let me stop. Next. I'm making cookies, so I got to take it out of the oven. Give me a second. This is not my vlog. This is a makeup video. Let me keep that in mind. I'm just like, why am I telling them about cookies? They don't want to know about cookies. They got their beverage and they're tapping into the Makeup Monday, right? Let's stick with that. Okay. All right. So I had a moment of pause. I just quickly lined up my son and gave him two, you know what I'm saying? Family first. Actually, God, family, which he's giving you stewardship over, and then play. So we're playing together. Thank you so much for staying this long, and at least I get to express myself. My son's like, I'm watching you do the videos. It looks like you're enjoying yourself, Mom. So I love sharing and I love art. So this is the greatest way of doing it in my authentic way and in my raw, you know, no, I don't even think I'm going to edit any of this. Might cut some of it out. Might be a little bit long, but I'm spending time with you and that matters, right? So your comments help, emailing me helps in a sense of me knowing who I'm here for. And also as the channel changes geared to what I'm good at and what you need, we're gonna do this. So tap in. Thank you so much. All right, so I said lashes, right? I said lashes. So I'm gonna put on my lashes, and every time I do something like the foundation, the lashes, and you hear music interlude, I hope you're doing your part and you're doing it too, or at least following along, and then considering watching my video again and taking ones and twos while you're putting on your makeup, while you're spending that day to yourself, drinking your wine, drinking, you know, and your beverage, and trying on makeup, because ignorant to it, we lack the knowledge, or we don't know, or we're curious, right? Who are we to judge somebody else that's wearing makeup, regardless of them going through it, learning, making their mistakes, growing in it until they find a look for themselves? We too are doing the same. Do you know what I'm saying? And as we evolve and change and grow and mature and elevate, you know, within our womanhood, our makeup changes too, right? So it doesn't hurt to learn one or two things, especially with those that play with it. So I'm glad to be of service. Let's go through some music while I put on the lashes. Right in front of me, yo, you see in the display, I gave you a snippet of how this all looks. It was right in front of me. Can you imagine? Yo, star. So this is the duo, the green colored duo for sensitive eyes, right? I do not use hair glue. I do not use any of those other glues. There is another glue that I use for the individual ones, which we're going to be doing soon. That may be an individual video. I think that's going to be too much, so I'll just do it as one video just to show you guys how I do it. It took me some time to understand it because I was totally against individual lashes. As much as I'm telling you not to be against certain things and try it, I went through a bad experience. It sort of like gave me a bitter pill. But you know what? I started it again, doing it my way again. Not saying everyone else is doing it wrong, and the right formula and the solutions and all that stuff that they're using to do it is fine. But I was like, the placement, the shape of every lash and how it, you know, and how it feels on my eye in terms of the glue that's being used and how long I could have it on for. So the individual ones that last and you know they come off, I don't know, I could probably do that again. I don't need it right now, but these clusters, they do come in handy with certain looks. So we're definitely going to do that with some looks, but we'll have an individual video where I'm putting it on one by one and we're doing it together. Okay, hopefully that helps. When I put the glue on, I don't wait for it to dry because I need wiggle room. What I do is I put it on while it's the right one, yes. While it's damp, with my eyes slightly open, and that's gonna be another video. Okay, so I'm not trying to give anyone a class, but just to give you a heads up what I'm doing before I speed it up. Okay, and I place it where it's supposed to, and I let it dry. So if it's in the wrong place, I can move it around because it's not exactly dry as of yet. Now, once it's in its place, that's when I allow it to dry. So I'm going to focus on the other one. And I notice on the inner parts, I always have like a slight issue, but nothing that cannot be solved. So I want to make sure it's in its place. I usually use my fingers. I don't always use this, but this helps right now. Oh, there we go. Doesn't that look so nice? Doesn't it enhance the eyeshadow look? Doesn't it? Hey! All right. Let me put in the other one and I'll be right back. Okay, so as you can see, it enhances the look. I will be putting on mascara. Again, you can use this tool or even tweezers, right, to place it. It doesn't have to be on exact. And we're going to do, you'll see a video. By the time this is up, if I can add it to the description box, the video of just putting on lashes, which I'm going to do with the same makeup look. So you'll be able to see that. So I'm going to tear these off and then just do a slow-mo or detailed eyelash video, how to adhere it, how to place it. But when you're using this or tweezers or your fingers, place it on the lash first, not the full strip where it's supposed to like make sure it's perfect. One area and then target another, but that's in another video. So hopefully by the time I've done that, I can attach it to the description box in this video. All right, lashes are done. I'm gonna wait for it to dry. And add some mascara. Oh, okay, so now we're gonna go over the brows. We're gonna go in with the powder. Okay, so I mentioned this before, or you can just use eyeshadow powder. So I'm gonna be using the middle one. I'm not gonna use the wax. And I'm gonna use the same eyebrow, the same eyebrow brush that I used because it has residue of what I had before. It's probably dry, right? And I'm just gonna use a little bit of that. So I'm gonna just add the powder. Thank God that I pressed my brows with powder first before I added the pomade, right? So I'm gonna use this and just add the powder just by patting it in and just lightly blending it with what I've already done. It gives it a nice matte finish. And I'm not gonna be doing hair-like strokes because I have a brow pen, which I love to use, but that's going to be another makeup video and an individual one. But I don't need to do it with this look because the eyeshadow is the focal point. Why would I want my brows to be mixed up with that? I don't want it to be brows, eyeshadow, and all that stuff. I just want it to be the eyeshadow. So what I do is I use the eyeshadow powder and I go over my mole. Sometimes I use mascara and all that other stuff, but I like to intensify it because it's my signature. I'm sure we all have a little signature something, right? Okay, so now since it's dry, I'm gonna jump into my mascara. This is It'll be in the description box on my LTK. But for those that can just pick it up, you can find this at Shoppers or Rexall, I believe, or even Walmart, I think. But it's the Essence line, affordable Princess Mascara. Okay, so they have many different mascaras there, which I love. It's affordable. I'm just gonna use this to blend my lashes with the lashes, just lightly. I'm not using it to intensify because the lashes are intense enough. Now I'm gonna put on my bottom lashes, but I normally don't. I don't need to. So I'm just gonna wipe off the excess. The excess, not access. I am not editing that. And I just want to make sure that the bristles have a little bit of product on it. And just because my bottom lashes are long, yo. They touch my skin. They are so long. And then if I don't wear the right concealer, they are smudged and transparent. Like they're smudging and creating like a raccoon effect, regardless if I pat it with powder, set it, whatever, or use, concealer that's not gonna, that will not cause that. Trust me, when I start to sweat and I get oily there, the mascara, even if I use waterproof mascara, is going to transfer and give me that look. So yeah, just a little bit of mascara if you want to. If you choose to, you don't have to. The eyeliner's enough. You can even take the eyeliner that you put on a little bit underneath and smudge it. That's another effect too. All right, so let's go in the tear duct, the inner eye, with that beautiful. I love woodwinked. I'm a woodwinked girl, but we're gonna go with this nice satin gold flecked eyeshadow. This looks so nice. Oh, look at that. Remember when everyone was doing it? Everyone had like this makeup look where they were just following, do this eyeshadow, and then eyeshadow here, and then all that stuff, and then highlighter. I applaud it, but there's a time for it. But I remember everyone was doing this. So I was just like, wow. I do agree to it. I just think there's a time for it, right? And this is one of those times because this is a bright look. I wanted to touch note on our young sisters. If you're watching, love you, okay? As seasoned women, we got to do better. Now, when we see our young ones wearing makeup or extravagant stuff, remember, they're being taught these things and they're freelancing and they're finding themselves and they're exploring. We need to love on them more, not judge them based off of what we see. You know what I'm saying? And young ones, we love you. I love you. If you saw me on the street, you know me, you know me. I'm a love woman, okay? And I'll tell you that to your face. Us seasoned women, we need to understand it is a journey, and us educating them as they ask us is preferred. And us engaging when we see them and loving on them will open the door for them to ask certain questions. You know what I'm saying? But we cannot tell them how to look, how to be. We can only lead by example and give good advice, sound advice. Do you know what I'm saying? So let's not judge them. They're going through their season. We know that it's the enemy. It's not necessarily them, but the more we love them as Christ loves us, they will understand and receive the word, especially if God's using us to speak a word into them, not judge them. Okay? Just saying. All right. So lips. Simple, okay? We're going to keep it simple and close out, okay? Because I look forward to seeing you next Monday. I look forward to seeing you and actually reading the comments that you may have for me in this video to see you the next week, to respond to, okay? And as it accumulates, I want to respond to as I get it. But then when it gets really big, then I'll have like a video just answering. I'll go live and just answer questions. And I want to be here for you guys. Like that's why I'm here. Like I cannot be structured and say and be a robot up here. I can't. That's not my personality. Never was. I don't think it ever will be. But I want to be myself here, and I want you to be yourself as well. So if I have some information for you based off of what I know, comment below. If you have some advice for me, comment below. Okay, that's why we have this community. I'm going to go in with my signature look. Y'all don't know. Now you know. I'm going to go with a brown lip liner. This one's called Spice. Use this. I'm going to mark it on my lip line. Some people, you can put it around your lip line to create fullness, especially with nudes, right? So I know there's a step, liner, lipstick, and then gloss, but we're not going to do that, okay? I had plumped my lips I went to professionally plump them, okay? Then I use the Sephora plumping gloss. So that's what's on my lip right now. So I can choose to wipe it off and put lipstick on, but I'm not doing that. I'm gonna leave whatever residue I have from the lip plumper as I've been talking, eating, sipping, and all that stuff, right? Oh yeah, you guys don't know, off screen, I got my cookie here. So I was eating and all that stuff. I left it there. I'm not gonna wipe it off, right? I'm gonna use my liner and I'm gonna go in with the lipstick, and then that's it. Because throughout the day, as I wear this, or as you have this look on, you want the flawless finish and a natural looking makeup without touching up as much. So when you use a liner and lipstick, whatever is going on inside here, it still looks good. Your lips will always look good. It doesn't have to be plumped. It doesn't have to be. You're working with your lips, okay? I chose to do this. And when you have this look, all you need is gloss, if anything. Even chapstick or a little bit of Vaseline, that's all you need, because this is gonna lock the lining and the outer parts of your lip. The lipstick's gonna keep the shade and the hue. Unless you're eating it and you're doing all kinds of stuff and it's completely off, you're gonna have to redo it. But this method helps with that look to last all night and still look good while you talk and eat. You know what I'm saying? And sip. So I'm just gonna line my lips. It doesn't have to be perfect. You're just gliding. You know what I'm saying? Just gliding. Now, those that know me, I'm going to do my pout. So I like to, and I like the browns because it goes again with the oranges and the hues and the, you know, the bronzer and all that stuff. I like that for myself in terms of choices of lip liner. The nudes, it varies as well too, but it has to be more like peachy, browns, cocos, you know, caramels, like that. That's the kind of nude I like, whether it's light or dark, like in terms of the tint, right? So I'm going to go with a powdered look. This is something that I enjoy. I like that look. Sometimes I like that muted look, but with this look, I just want it to be slightly powdered, okay? So I'm going to color within the outer parts of my lip. Doesn't have to be neat, and just scribble a bit. Remember, it's pencil, so it spreads. Okay, just like that. I'm going to go in with a lipstick, and I always choose Lady. This by Juvia's Place is beautiful. I am finished down to the nub, down to the down to the nub where I'm scratching the little pieces out just to get, you know, just to get that. Now I like to use my nail brush. This has like a brush at one end and then a spoolie, so I can take the spoolie out and spread. But we're just gonna dig. I need to get another one. There's this one person I sold Juvia's Place products. I gotta find it. She'd pop up randomly. I gotta find this, because when you order in line, it's different. So here I'm just painting it on the inner parts of my lip and just allowing it to scatter. Now it doesn't have to be neat, but in terms of the placement to create a pout, I'm gonna swipe it gently around the lip liner towards the top parts of my lip. And then at the bottom, just morely on the inner part, just scribble, just like that. But I'm not passing the lip line, the liner that I put on, okay? And I'm just gonna mush. I don't want it to be neat. I like this look. That's just me. If you want it to be neat, go ahead. But I think the messiness of it and the movement of it and the placement and the blending of it makes it look more blended and not perfected, but natural, you know what I'm saying? And it corresponds with the rest of the look. That's what, yeah, I'll find a word for it, but you know what I'm trying to say, right? So that's why I like using this brush too, in terms of having it concealed so I can walk with it. So I have a little bit of it on my brush so I can touch up throughout the day. But yeah, your lips don't have to be perfect. So remember, with makeup, if you target one look, it could be blush, you know, so this is soft, so you just put a little bit here, and eyes are just mascara. It could be your eyes, so the eyeshadow is more pronounced and lashes are out there. It could be brows and eyeshadow. It could be eyes and brows, and you just mute everything out in terms of just a flawless finish in terms of foundation, powder, hardly any contour and all that stuff, and a light liner and a little bit of lip gloss. It could be the lips where the lip is bold and the lashes are just, you know, sparse, but it's there. There's so many ways of putting on makeup that complement your look. Do you know what I'm saying? And you could do that with your original look. So hopefully this video has helped you out. I am so honored and I'm overstyled. This is something that I always want to do. I'm so happy. You don't even understand. I'm like my feet are like tapping like this because I do enjoy sharing. I do enjoy makeup. I do enjoy beauty. I enjoy hair. I'm going to talk more about that because as we learn about products. But this video, I'm so grateful that you joined in with me. Hopefully you picked something up, and we're planning to see each other on the next one, the next Makeup Monday. Thank you so much again. My name is Ann. Welcome to Ann's Touch. Oh shoot, I forgot. Highlighter. Oh my gosh, I forgot. I'm sitting there saying bye to you guys and I forgot. Okay, let's jump in with a little bit of highlighter. That's if you choose to. If not, I'll see you in the next video. If you do, let's do this together. Now I got the MAC. This is gold bronze. Yeah, gold and bronze. This, oh my gosh. Or I have this one here. This is Gold Deposit. So these are both MAC products. How could I forget? Oh my gosh, I'm sitting there rushing, thinking I've taken up more of your time. Thank you for spending time with me. This is Gold Deposit. This is really nice in terms of like highlighting here and even eyeshadow. You can use this as eyeshadow, but this one here is the gold bronze. So it's different. It's finer and it's brighter. As much as it may not look like that here, I'm going to show you on the back of my hand. Do you see that? Right? So that one is more fine and it's brighter. The other one, you see that? You can hardly see it, but that's what I meant by as a highlighter. There you go. Can you see the difference? There's a difference, right? So we're going to use the two. I use the lid to this one. I don't dip in here when I'm applying it. I'm going to use a little bit on my nose. Okay, you see that? Okay, we're going to tap it, blend it out a bit. And then right here. I'm sure you've seen this years ago. This will never expire. I think that there's a need for every single makeup look. And we're going to blend that just to bring the bridge forth, right? And blend that out. There we go. Right? You can put this on your lip. When I used to work at MAC, these are the things that we were like tapping into. Love it. MAC was a great place to work at if you wanted to play in makeup and just, But anyhow, this one I'm going to use as a highlighter on my cheekbone. Even though I have high cheekbones, this is a tip that you can use yourself to enhance the high cheekbones, like enhance your cheekbones like mine, or just to enhance that area period, because it brings forth and it shines and gives dimension to your face. I'm going to use a fluffy brush. A small one. This one's from Morphe, and you know I love Morphe. If you know me, I love a Morphe. I love MAC brushes. I love all those brushes. Real Techniques, but I'm definitely going to amp up and go to another brand, which I've been inquiring about, but finances need to permit that before I explore that. So, and plus I've rested a little bit in terms of doing services, bridal and all that stuff, and in terms of makeup and even shows and video shoots and stuff. I focus more on hair now, right? So I don't need the brushes right now, but I'm gonna definitely get it for the videos and for the uploads for Makeup Monday for y'all, okay? So I'm just gonna tap this in, the Gold Deposit. See, it's more of a warmer effect, right? And we're gonna go lightly, I'm patting it on the higher parts of my cheekbone. And you can go heavy with this if you like, because it's not as bright as the other one, right? So I'm just gonna tap it. And my cheekbone is like, you could put a book here, the way that it's pronounced. And it's gonna tap it here. Now I could put it on my brow bone here, but I don't wanna do that. I like how light it is and how matte it is and how it corresponds with the eyeshadow. I don't wanna do that. So I'm just focusing on my cheeks. Notice how I didn't put any blush. I don't want any blush. I think the contour is enough. I think it would be too much of a spill if I did that, and it'd be variations of like, oh, the eyes, oh, the lips, oh, the, So I like the way that this looks. I can even mute up my lips a little bit more because the eyes are the focal point, but because of the gold and the oranges and the bronzy look, definitely wanted to tap this on. I will not put it here because it's light enough right in this area. I'll just mute it out and matte it out with a little bit of pressed powder, but that's it. That's all you may need. This is all I need. But in terms of your look, you don't need too much, right? So I'm just gonna go in with this brush and matte out this part right here, because sometimes the brows get a little bit oily, but it still brightens that area. And we're done. Again, thank you so much for watching, subscribing, liking, getting notifications, and enjoying this video with me as we kiki. All right? See you in the next one.